Hello, hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Master of Achievement podcast. I wanted to dedicate this episode to the entrepreneurs, to the people who are building, to the people who have a vision. They have a vision to build a business or to launch a project or to do something, but they feel fear. They're on that journey and they're questioning themselves. They're questioning whether people are going to understand their product, understand their vision. They're doubting themselves. And I wanted to jump on. I just gave birth a month ago, hence why there's no video. But I wanted to jump on and dedicate this episode to the founder, to the creator, because something magical happened. And I want this episode to remind you of what is possible. Now, last year when I quit my full time job, when I decided to go all in on my business, there were times where I was so caught up in trying to define what it was that I was trying to do because somebody in corporate or somebody who isn't in the world of creating and starting their own business, it's hard to explain to them what you're trying to do, especially if you're so creative, you have multiple businesses, you have a portfolio of businesses. It's hard to define what it is that you do and who it is that you are and what you're trying to do. And as I was building out threefold strategy and continuing my coaching and also still building and expanding upon this podcast, as I was going out and talking to potential clients, constantly being rejected was really, really tough. Constantly putting myself out there and pitching what it was that I was trying to do and trying to win clients for threefold strategy. It was really, really challenging. And something that my coach said to me, which is something that I touched in the previous episode, is that you truly only need one yes, the right yes to change the trajectory of your life, of your career, of your business. And at the time, I couldn't believe that because I hadn't seen it yet. I didn't think that it was possible. And I remember a few years back when I was exploring this idea of, is it possible for me to do multiple things and not be defined by anything and be limitless in that sense? Is it possible? Will anyone pay me to do what I love? Can I truly build a business around my ideal lifestyle? And even though that was a dream, a thought, and I wanted it to be true, I hadn't seen anyone who had achieved that. I didn't know if it was possible. And that's why I wanted to dedicate this episode to the builder, to the founder, because your perfect client is out there. And I want to reiterate that because before getting pregnant, before even the thought of getting pregnant, I always had limiting beliefs on whether I was able to have a career, whether I was able to have a business around the life that I wanted. I didn't know if it was possible. And as I got closer to giving birth and dedicating so much of my time and my life, the years leading up to, and especially last year, to creating a business that would be able to work within the changes of my life, having a baby, being able to spend time with her, but still being able to do what I love in my own time with the right clients, doing work that I love. At the end of last year, it landed for me. It landed for me. And it was December. I remember lying in bed, again, lying in bed late at night. And I wrote this letter to myself, but also to all the entrepreneurs and the founders and the builders out there who have had a thought of a vision of what they wanted their business or what they wanted their life to be, what kind of clients they wanted to work with, but they doubted or they're questioning whether it is possible. So I wanted to read this note that I wrote to myself, but also to the younger version of Steph and to all the people out there in my audience, to all you guys listening who are at that stage of a younger version of Steph who didn't think that it was possible, but hoped that it would be possible. I dedicate this note to you guys, a note to entrepreneurs. Your one perfect client is out there waiting for you, longing for you to come in and elevate their business to another level. You just haven't faced enough rejections yet. You haven't had enough conversations yet. You haven't injected enough belief in yourself yet. But I promise that when you do, that perfect client is out there waiting for you. You'll be their breath of fresh air, the thing they have been hoping for, the exact energy that brings their vision to another universe that not even they knew they could reach. Your perfect client is waiting out there, ready to meet you just as you are ready to meet them. It might mean you have to experience many subpar ones, work on some tough projects, face some pretty low lows, question everything, possibly consider going back to what's considered safe and stable. But there's someone and something needing your exact combination of zest, energy, mindset, skill set, experience, and everything that makes you you. And when you both cross paths, it won't be about fighting for your worth. The conversation won't be around how many hours you should or shouldn't work. Neither will you have to play some kind of corporate bullshit game to prove your value. It will purely be about creating magic together. And all those moments where you used to question why you were so multi passionate and curious and felt guilty or ashamed that you never fit into any one box, and whether you would find a role that allowed you to utilize all these different interests and skill sets, that will finally make sense. Your perfect client is waiting out there, ready to meet you just as you are ready to meet them. So don't give up on your vision. So I wrote this because I landed my perfect client. I landed a perfect client that understood that I am having a baby. And it means that I have to work within my own time. But that client doesn't care because they care about the outcomes that you're going to give them. This client is not timing how many hours I'm working. All they care about is what I'm able to deliver for them. This client is not questioning the financial value that I've requested for my time because they see the value and they know the value that I can provide. And it's easy. And so I want to let you guys know truly that there is a perfect client out there waiting for you. They are waiting for you. You are waiting for them. And you just need to increase your surface area of luck. I reiterate this. You need to go through all the rejections. You need to keep exploring, uncovering, getting rejected, talking to as many people as possible. Allow yourself to feel that doubt, but move towards that direction anyway, because every interaction and every action that you take is bringing you closer to meeting your perfect client. So I wanted to leave you guys with that. It's a short and a sharp episode, and I hope that you guys are doing so well. Baby is doing well. I'm doing really well. Don't know if I should do an episode on my birth and my pregnancy experience. If you think that I should, write it in the comments. I don't know. I don't know if I should, but I just wanted to break this newborn bubble and share that with you guys because as I gave birth, and some people might call me crazy, but starting to softly come back to work and working with this perfect client who completely understands my situation and I understand their situation, and we're just creating magic together. We are just working so symbiotically. And that was through the countless rejections and so many moments of doubt and fear. And so I wanted to jump on here and reiterate that if you are in this phase, there is a perfect client out there waiting for you. And that message is for you. So Whenever you are feeling down or feeling doubtful, just replay that message because trust me, they are out there. And when you finally intersect and cross paths, it's going to be so magical. I will see you, speak to you in the next episode. Bye.